Hi everyone, I am Praveen Sagar from KP Spoken English. Welcome you on my channel. In this video, I am going to tell you that how many rights have been given to Indian women by Bhim Rao Ambedkar. So let's get into the video. Baba Sahav Bhim Rao Ambedkar's contribution towards women's rights is often overlooked, and he needs to be recognized as a champion of social justice, a visionary, and a philosopher. He advocated for women's equal participation in both personal and professional spheres, was instrumental in drafting legislation to protect women's rights, and played a key role in reducing working hours and improving working conditions. Baba Sahav Bhim Rao Ambedkar's advocacy for women's rights. Equal participation of women. Bhim Rao Ambedkar advocated for equal participation of women in both professional and professional spheres. He was the first man to raise his voice against the unequal treatment of women in factories and other workplaces. Bhim Rao Ambedkar drafted legislation such as Mines Maternity Benefits Act, which demanded equal pay and equal rights for coal mine workers, ensuring that the question of maternity leave for women was brought up and they were protected under labor laws. Improving working conditions. He was instrumental in reducing working hours and improving working conditions. Reproductive rights of women. Baba Saheb Bhim Rao Ambedkar was a strong believer in the reproductive rights of women and urged them to make their own choices and conception. Baba Bhim Rao Ambedkar's contribution to women's rights. Hindu Code Bill. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's most important contribution to the cause of women's rights was the Hindu Code Bill, which has done the property and the marriage practices and established laws of maintenance of women. 4 facts resulting from the bill were passed. Following: the Hindu Marriage Act 1955, which gave women the right to divorce and maintenance. The Hindu Succession Act 1956, which gave them the legal right to inherit property. The Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act 1956, which allowed women to legally adopt a child, and the Hindu Minority and Guardianship Act 1956, which allowed women to be the natural guardian of their own child. Pro-Women Acts. The influence of these reforms led to the other pro-women acts such as the Equal Reunion Act of 1976 and the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961, which brightened the dark roads of women's struggles. Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar's vision for women's rights. Women's right to education. Baba Saheb Bhim Rao Ambedkar believed that education was crucial for country's progress and regularly spoke up for women's right to education. Defying the Manusmriti and the Dharma Shastra. Targeted hierarchy social order. He targeted the hierarchy social order and condemned it for degrading women, and believed that endogamy was the root cause of caste consolidation, caste system, and atrocities on women. His 1917 paper titled Caste in India, Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development outlines how atrocities on women are rooted in the caste system. For instance, he denounced sati, child marriage, and the condemnation of widow remarriage, which were all meant to control women. Vision of equality. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar's vision of equality, despite caste, gender, race, and differences, is a pioneering thought of social justice. Conclusion. Dr. Ambedkar's contribution towards women's rights is often overlooked, and he needs to be recognized as a champion of social justice, a visionary, and a philosopher. His work to empower all sections of marginalized communities needs to be acknowledged, and his vision of equality, despite caste, gender, race, and ethnic differences, is a pioneering thought of social justice. Women's rights and their liberation are crucial for building a progressive society, and Baba Sahav Bhimrao Ambedkar's values and vision continue to guide feminist principles in India. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe to the channel for